We're gonna go ahead and kick off, Mr. Wilson. I thank you for taking time out to jump on this call. You are not live, but you will be broadcast live on this show. It's a pleasure to have you on. What I'm really excited about with this episode, is as in all my episodes, I talk to you guys about the power of your network when it comes to this business. And this guy has become, another valuable piece to my business in this wholesaling and investing in real estate all around. And I met this guy a little over a year ago through a mutual acquaintance who connected us through the real estate business. And we have teamed up and we have closed a few deals together. And we're constantly building and looking for ways to make more money together. Mr. Wilson is what I would call a lead specialist, and he executes very well on those leads. And he's also a great networker, right? So I always talk to you guys about your network, determining your net worth. And we're going to continue to preach that, because you're going to see how in this business, your network can be anywhere around the world. Me and Mr. Wilson have yet to meet face to face, but we're on the phone every day, communicating and working and figuring out ways how we can bring more deals into the portfolio and how we can close more deals together. So without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself and then just give a little background on how you found the wholesale business, Mr. Wilson, and how you came to the real estate business and your story, and then just talk a little bit about how we met, and then we're going to just carry this thing from there. So without further ado, Mr. David Wilson.
All right. If you hear the car in the background and see that I'm driving, we're driving for dollars right now.
Oh, yes, sir. Work never stops.
And pardon me?
I said, yes, sir. The work never stops, right?
Yep. And my name is David Wilson. And
Mr. Wilson, can you lower your phone just a little bit?
Pardon me?
Lower your phone just a little bit so we can see you more.
Oh, okay. I started studying wholesaling when my wife introduced it to me. She says, I've been watching this wholesale stuff on television and on YouTube. She says, maybe you should take a look at it. You might be interested in it. So I watched a few wholesale videos and it caught my interest. And I started doing my research at that point. I'm disabled, so I spent a lot of time at home, and I didn't have much to do but study wholesaling. So I studied wholesaling for about 3 months. Then a mutual acquaintance of Byron and mine put me and Byron together. And after about maybe 3 weeks to a month, Byron and we closed our first deal. Yes, okay. Sir. And since then, Byron has been a good teacher and a mentor to me. I've learned so much from him. And it has caused me to be able to reach out to investors and definitely to build my inventory. And that's what I want to talk about. I found out after talking to Byron and him explaining a lot of stuff to me, is that first of all, you have to be a go-getter. You can't be green, as they say. Yes, you have to be. It
starts in the ocean in this business.
And you have to be seasoned, and to get seasoned, you need to educate yourself. You need to learn all the basics, all the terminologies, all the not everything, but most of the basic stuff before you get out there and you try to get your feet wet. But once you do get all the basics down pat and you understand the terminology and the language, what you have to do then is don't be afraid. You got to go ahead and take a chance on yourself. Yes, okay. Sir. And that's what I did. It was intimidating at first. And after getting past the intimidation, I started making progress. And right now, I think me and Byron we got about maybe 10 deals right now, the irons in the fire.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not located in Detroit. I was in Chicago, but I moved to Columbus, Ohio, because it's a great market here. And Byron is boots on the ground right there with the 10 deals that we have in the Detroit area. And right now we're waiting on them to materialize, and they show great promise. So I guess if I was to tell you anything, I would have to tell you to stick to it. Don't give up.
Yes, sir. And thank you, Mr. Wilson, for that. And you said a lot of important things there, as far as being first and foremost a go-getter, because anybody can get this information and apply it and see results and consistent results based on the work that they're willing to put in, right? So
Right.
obviously, you know, since you've gotten into it, obviously we've had our working relationship, but you've also talked to me about another venture that you've had opportunity to enter into with this business, where you were able to link up with a larger company and source leads from them, and you've been able to create another revenue stream for yourself in this business by also sourcing leads for this company that you're working with. So can you touch a little bit on, you know, what that relationship is like and what that has been able to do for you in this industry as well?
Okay. I was trying to get rid of one of the properties that Byron has sent me from his inventory, and I reached out to an investor, and I began to explain to him about the property, and he asked me questions, and I gave answers. And then after a while, he says, "Hey, how would you like to work with me?" And I told him, I said, "Well, what would I do?" And he told me, he says, "Well, you will be working with probates and foreclosures." And I told him, I said, "Well, I don't really know that much about foreclosures and probates." And he told me, he said, "Well, we'll train you." And I told him, I say, "Sure, I'll try it." And he got me a database called Follow Up Boss. And
Okay.
I guess I'm advertising for Follow Up Boss right now. Follow Up Boss is a database that downloads or imports leads from the MLS and from other sources. And he trained me on Follow Up Boss, and I began to learn how to approach the probate and the foreclosure leads. And at the same time, he taught me a script to use. Okay. And I began to use that script, and I think I brought in approximately maybe about 20 deals that have closed.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, 20
And
deals that they've closed.
yeah, 20, about 20 that have closed. I probably made close to about 60,000, 70,000.
Okay, and in what time frame would you say that's been?
It's been in less than 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, less than 6
So you
months.
were able to get to that opportunity simply from the connection that our mutual acquaintance made with us, and just me sending you a property, you putting that property on the market, and by you just doing your work, you created, you were able to come across this opportunity to where you've linked with this company and you've closed 20 deals with them in 6 months, and you've been
Yeah.
able to earn upwards of $60,000.
Yes.
And in words
Yes.
of Johnson, there's no cap, Mr. Wilson. And that's really why I wanted to have you on here, because people need to hear this. Like a lot of times, you know, same way with you, right? When you were getting introduced to the wholesale industry and you had to go do your due diligence and research and start with YouTube, a lot of people just looking over that information and they're missing out on a great opportunity. And one thing that you said as well is someone really has to be a go-getter, but even more so than that, you have to be patient in this business, because this is a business that's going to challenge you and test you, and you don't all the time know when that deal is going to come. But if we keep pushing, we keep lining up leads, we keep networking, we keep building, what happens is we create what I like to call a domino effect, right? to where we can
Right.
go from, feeling like we weren't closing to, I've had months where I've made $100,000 in a month just from leads that I have been generating over time and keeping my faith and keeping my boots on the ground and keeping my head in the game. And we don't know when these deals are actually going to close and sell. Our job is just to continue to load up the inventory, continue to source the leads, and just as long as we got inventory in our deck, we're going to be able to make money whenever that inventory sells. And all properties don't necessarily go the way we intend to, but with consistency, we're able to work that law of averages, and we're going to close deals, and we're going to consistently make money, as you've been able to explain and describe. So that's very great as well. And so, Mr. Wilson, I want to ask you this personally, just from, because I appreciate all of the positive things that you say about me and how you let me know that I've been able to help you come into this industry. But what would you say really stands out when it comes to building and dealing with me? What really stands out as far as you can say that, hey, I really took this skill from this guy, and if anybody take these skills, they'll be able to apply it for success?
I think that the thing that stands out mostly about you is your integrity. You have a lot of principles, and you put God first.
Yes,
And
sir.
see that's what really caught my eye. I watched you. I watched your Facebook.
Mr. Wilson, your signal's blanking out a little bit there.
Hold up.
Okay, yeah, you back in now. So you left off at watching the Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, I watched you on Facebook, and and then you and I talk, and we both know that we're both men of God.
Yes, sir.
And I have to give him praise and honor right now.
Me too.
And let people know that, first of all, you have to be team orientated too. You have to, even though you're dealing with people sometimes that are not as let's just say not as nice as you would like them to be. You have to keep your niceness in place and your professionalism in place in order to that you close that deal. And you have to also realize too is that having a plan. See, a man that fails a plan is a man that plans to fail.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So you have to have a plan in place. So every night, what I do is when I go to bed, I stay in prayer, and I have a plan for what my next move will be for the next day. Yes. And I would have to say that when it comes down to you, you're A1 people with me. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody turn against you. Can't nobody say anything bad about you that will cause me to change my mind about you. I know who I'm dealing with, and you know who you're dealing with.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got up out of like I said, I'm disabled. I got out here like I'm out here now, taking care of business and trying to make something happen, not just for me, but for my family. There has to be a bigger goal in place for you. If not, your goals are a reflection of your thinking.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I think. I think about my family, and my goals is to make sure that I leave something for my grandkids.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's why I asked that question. And thank you first and foremost, Mr. Wilson. But just people being able to hear that, this is what we need more of. You know what I'm saying? Because you absolutely right. It starts with my faith. It starts with my belief in God, because that's what gives me the energy to even have confidence in myself to do any of this, right? And even have courage to connect with other people. And another thing you said in that's very important is we do have to stand on our individual morals and principles, and we have to trust those consistently, and that's what's going to get us to start to growing and elevating and getting results. Is that in which we become distracted, or we become, deterred by little conflicts or little issues that may be presented along the journey, especially in this business. That's where most people fall short. So if you're not grounded in something, whatever you believe in, whether it's a higher power, or it can be as simple as your individual plan, or yourself, the bottom line, as Mr. Wilson is saying, and I'm totally agreeing with, is what are you going to stand on in your journey, right? Because it's one thing to get in this business for the financial gain, which that's there, right? But if you don't have a long-term plan, if you don't have a long-term strategy, if you don't have some principles that you're standing on, so a foundation that you're standing on, then what are you going to rely on when times get rough, right? Because
Exactly.
it's not that times are rough, it's that challenges occur in order to grow and to make each of us better, right? And this is a great business. Real estate is just not a business for us to make money, but like Mr. Wilson said, it's an opportunity for us to secure our legacies, to take care of our families, to pass down this knowledge to the ones coming up under us so that they can understand this real estate business and how to secure themselves and how to make money off of an industry that every single human being has to be a part of, right? And I can't stress that enough. Every single human being has to be a part of this real estate industry. So whether it's wholesaling, which both myself and me and Mr. Wilson do, whether it's investing, whether you want to be a landlord, or whether you want to link with a big company, as Mr. Wilson was able to do through networking and create an income for yourself, you're able to do that. And the best part about it, by us being on this call, we're able to do this from anywhere in the world, from our cell phones, our laptop, and as a result, like you're seeing, like me and this brother, we connected. We're in two different states. Literally, we've been in two different states the whole time we've been working together and doing business. But our principles, our integrity, our ability to want to help one another, our ability to want to work together and work through problems that has occurred, because everything not smooth, but we're able to communicate and work through those transactions and ultimately get to our goal. And I know we're going to get a lot more deals done. As I know Mr. Wilson know, we're going to get a lot more business done. But I'm really excited about this call here tonight. Even what we've covered, it can be great information and great inspiration for anybody out there that's looking into this business and you're questioning, is this for you? Will this work? You're dealing with some kind of situation that you feel like is going to hold you back. Me and Mr. Wilson is here to tell you that you just have to believe in yourself. You have to be consistent. You have to have integrity, and you have to be a go-getter. And if you apply that with the knowledge that this industry has, whether you're getting it from my course, my 7 Steps to Success course, whether you're going to YouTube University like I did, like Mr. Wilson did, you need to be able to take that knowledge and apply it with a consistent work ethic to get those results, right? And so, yeah, so with that being said, Mr. Wilson, the last thing I just want to touch on is just by you being in this business to the point you are now, what's some of your personal goals? What does the future look like for you in this space? Like, what is your plan? Are you just looking to close a bunch of deals, or do you really have a solid concrete plan in this business that you're building on right now? Let's take it away with that.
Well, one of the things that I'm planning on doing is to build enough revenue to be able to invest in my daughter's cosmetic business. She's a chemist, and she started a cosmetic business. And we talked yesterday, and she said, I would like for you to work with me to help me keep the paperwork straight and what have you. One of my specialties is paperwork and also research. For about 6 years, I ran a legal research business, and I gained a lot of information and knowledge and education from legal research. I was doing criminal as well as civil, and she knows that, and she wants me to come on board with her. But I told her, when I come on board, I want to come on board as a partner. So therefore, I want to bring funds in also.
Yes,
so we talked about that, and we have been talking about it before. So that's one of the things, because she's a brilliant chemist and her products are excellent. And I believe that she could be the next Maybelline or Avon or whoever, in respect to distribution. And this is one of the things I want to do, because she's family orientated, and she'll make sure all the family will be able to springboard off of that to do bigger and better things. So I would have to say that what my main goal is to not only help her, but help my son, who's an actor, my daughter, who's into insurance, to be able to help all of them become independent workers of their own, where they don't work for somebody else, but they have their own companies. So that's the thing I want to do, so we can leave a legacy for the kids.
Yes, sir. And you're doing that. You're spearheading that. Like you said, you fell down on a challenging time. You picked yourself up. You educated yourself. You believed in yourself. You jumped in an industry, in this real estate and wholesale industry, that has been great for me. Your story shows it's been great for you. We've been able to do business. I know you network and connect with a lot of people because you've connected me a lot. You're with a big company now. You were able to, like some people hear you say 60,000 in 6 months. Most of this country don't make that in a year. This opportunity, is, along with your ambitions, have allowed you to do that. And I know for a fact, as long as we stay hustling, we keep our heads down, we stay connecting, we stay building as we're doing here, all of those goals that you have set for your family and the example that you're setting for them by being your independent boss self and building your business yourself from the comfort of your home and everywhere else. Right now you're on the road and we're having this call that's going to affect a lot of people out there. That's what it's about. It's about that time freedom. It's about giving back to the family. It's about continuing to build and being able to do those things that we want to do for our loved ones. So
That's
I
right.
appreciate you, Mr. Wilson, taking time out to jump on this call. I'm pretty sure anybody can benefit from this information shared. I always tell you, I appreciate you every day. We're going to continue to build and grow together. And I'm looking forward to closing more deals with you. So I don't want to hold you much longer. I appreciate you. I know you and your wife, you're hanging out tonight. You look fly. I like that hat. And you guys have a great night. And I look forward to having you back on the show as well as we continue to progress.
All right. Thank you, Byron.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Take care.
Take care.